Do you know that you have complete control over how you spend your time? But first, let me ask you this. How do you feel about your current schedule? Did you choose it, or are you on autopilot, or did someone else define it for you? Does it bring you closer to your goals for your life and work, or does it have you teetering on the edge of sanity, wishing there were more hours in the day and wondering how yet another year has passed by without much to show for it? Well, friend, don't let your beautiful life slip away. Schedule what matters most and flow into your future by living beautifully today. In less than an hour, you can reinvent your life. Let me show you how. You are listening to the Thriving Empire podcast, a show designed exclusively to help you avoid working 24/7, to help you eliminate overwhelm, and help you live your ultimate life while you figure out how to make money from your ideas. This show should be your number one resource for no-brainer strategies, tactics, and tips for launching your ideas with more ease, vision, and freedom so that you can change the world drama-free. I'm your host, Stephanie Holland, strategist, traveler, and coconut macaroon addict. Welcome to Season 2, Kickstart Your Mini Empire so that you can create the life you really want. So let's get started. Well, hey there, how are you? It's a beautiful day here. Is it beautiful where you are as well? If not, I'm sending you some sunshine because we have so much of it here. Now, I just came back from a trip to the city. We shop there every 10 days for supplies, and I noticed something more than usual, actually. Everyone at every life stage and age group spends all of their time on their mobile phones. Like, I knew this, but I didn't really know this. It's kind of getting out of control. So entire families at a restaurant, mom, dad, and all three kids, on their mobile phones throughout the entire meal, not at all connecting or communicating with each other. There are groups of friends sitting together in the common areas of the hotel, all on YouTube, and annoyingly without headphones, so that everyone else has to listen to 3 YouTube videos at the same time, really loud. And also 30-something women staring at their phones in a cafe while drinking their uber-healthy post-yoga smoothies. Is it any wonder we feel time deprived when, as a culture and society, we spend all of our disposable time gazing at our phone? Now, I notice this more now because I leave my phone at home, or if I'm away for the weekend, the hotel, or if I have it with me, it's on silent in my bag so it doesn't disturb me. Now, if I'm waiting for someone, I sit there and wait, or I read my Kindle, or I make notes about new podcast ideas. And also my favorite pastime is just watching people. So on my people watching adventures, I've noticed something terribly sad about us. We actually actively squander our time, and then we tell everyone we don't have enough of it. It's ironic, yes? So what's the solution? A tech diet? I don't think so, because much like not having a latte is not the best way to create more money, more wealth, not using social media is not the best way to create more time. Tech and social media are brilliant tools for achieving certain objectives, and it's up to us to leverage them as tools to both create more time and to build our business. So how do we shift our behaviors to embrace a new way of investing and spending our time and not squandering it? Well, I believe that to get healthy, as in, the way you eat, you focus on eating more healthy food rather than giving up the bad food. And I think of managing our time in the same way. We need to decide what matters most and then do that, like actively do that. And the way I hold myself accountable to this is to schedule what matters most in my calendar, and then I fiercely protect my schedule, not from other people and external circumstances, but also from myself. At the end of the day, I have the last word on how I spend my time, no matter my circumstances. And this is a really empowering thought behind living the life that I really want. So I want you to start saying this out loud. Say it with me now. I have the last word on how I spend my time. And say it again after me. I have the last word on how I spend my time. Because that's the first step to reclaiming your life, knowing that, really believing that in your bones, that you have the final word on exactly how you spend your time. This mantra will help you to be more focused and to do what matters most with greater efficiency. You'll work less, you'll have more time, and therefore you'll be less stressed and more happy. So, are you ready to literally schedule yourself for success? Now, your weekly schedule holds you accountable to taking action around your goals, and it can help you allocate your available time more effectively so that you can thrive on all levels while achieving them. But setting up your schedule is more than just allocating tasks to time blocks or scheduling what you have to do, because life wouldn't be really that fun if you did that, would it? Yet that's what most people do, and it doesn't necessarily help you generate the results you want. So you've really got to flip the script on this. First, you've got to ask yourself and answer, what do you want to make time for? How do you really want to live every single day? How does your ideal day go or flow? How does an ideal work day flow? How does an ideal vacation day or day off flow? And what at the end of your work week have you accomplished? How do you want to feel? And at the end of your days off, how do you want to feel? And what do you want to have achieved on those days off? Now, defining the qualities of your work days and the days off will help you create a schedule that's right for you. So when I think about planning my weekly schedule, here are the kind of things I think about. I want to make time for long walks along the ocean, preparing nourishing meals, qigong, and stretching every single day. These are my absolute non-negotiables. I also want to feel excited about working. I want to work with speed, but I want to work without urgency, sort of methodically without rushing. My days off, I want to start with breath practice and reading my life vision, followed by a 2-session breakfast. So I make a smoothie first thing, and then I have quinoa apple porridge at around 10 or 11 a.m. And at the end of my week, I've accomplished 25% of my monthly goal output. And I also ask myself, what major projects do I need to work on to complete this week to stay on track to achieve my goals? And then I schedule those into my calendar for the week ahead. So when you know what you want to be, do, and have, you can make a plan. And when you follow that plan, you get the life that you want. When you plan effectively, you reduce your chances of burning out because you're focusing on what matters most to you. So give yourself your power back. Reclaim your power. Just take it back right now. Start thinking about those questions that I've shared with you and use your answers to schedule yourself a week ahead every single week with a view to how you can use that week to get yourself closer to your mid and longer term goals. Start using your schedule to prioritize what matters most to you. And I recommend you just sit down for an hour to brainstorm and then crack open Google Calendar and schedule it. And you can literally reinvent your life within the hour. If you have Podcast Study Pack 2, crack open worksheet 1.3 to reinvent your life in the next hour. I've outlined a 7-step process to help you create the best work-life balance of your life simply by prioritizing what matters most to you, and you can do it in less than an hour. I've also included a schedule troubleshooter to help you avoid the most common mistakes that I've noticed my clients making when creating a new schedule for themselves. What's this I hear? You don't have the Podcast Study Pack? Let's fix that right now. Grab your copy at stephanieholland.co/31. You're going to get a worksheet for each episode in this season so that you have extra incentive to integrate the lessons into your life and work immediately. You'll also get a masterclass lesson on how to cultivate a healthy tech life and a ton of other resources I don't share anywhere else, and it's a steal at $27. And if you don't want to invest in the study pack but love the show and would like to support it, you could buy me a coffee instead. I love coffee. Just head over to the show notes at stephanieholland.co/31 and you'll find a little buy me a coffee button in the sidebar or blog post. It helps me stay ad-free and caffeinated so I can keep creating the best content for you. Thank you so much for being here with me this week. Have an amazing week. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode. I really appreciate you being here. Remember, you can get the podcast pack for season 2 by heading over to stephanieholland.co/podcast pack 2. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or inquiries, the best way to reach me is to DM me on Instagram via @StephTHolland, or head over to my website, stephanieholland.co, and hit up my contact form on the bottom right of the page. Your feedback points me in the right direction, so don't hesitate to get in touch. And if you enjoy the show, it would be so cool if you could rate, review, or subscribe. And if you do end up writing a review on your favorite podcasting platform and you want to pick my brain, simply send me a screenshot of your review and I'll jump on a 15-minute messenger chat with you. I've got almost 2 decades of experience in digital media and marketing strategy for the world's most formidable brands and business strategy for startups and people with awesome ideas. I'm here to help you create a rock-solid foundation for your ideas and to share simple tips for eliminating overwhelm and burnout and becoming more organized and visionary in your life and work. So I'm looking forward to connecting connecting with you, and thank you again for supporting the show.